It's mid-afternoon in South Kordofan State, Sudan. 32-year-old Aisha is rushing through her chores. It's hard to believe, but a few years ago, Aisha's home was a raging battlefield in her country's civil war. She still vividly remembers the fighting.
I lost my mother and father, and my husband lost 4 of his relatives. When the situation became very difficult, we had to leave for another village. We stayed there 17 years. When I came back, I found the village I left in a state of complete disaster. I rebuilt this house by myself.
In 2002, the warring parties signed a ceasefire agreement. Aisha and many others who had fled their villages started trickling back home in the hope that peace would soon come. In January 2005, the government of Sudan and the Sudan People's Liberation Movement and Army signed the Comprehensive Peace Agreement, officially ending Africa's longest civil war. They were immediately faced with the challenge of rebuilding the country. For returnees like Aisha, the war is over, but the battle for survival continues. Before sunset, Aisha and her co-wife Awatif must hurry and get the day's final supply of water for their family. The nearest well is over 4 kilometers away, and they often do 2 trips a day. Though the water is dirty, they don't have a choice.
We come here at 3 in the morning. We're back home by 5. We prepare breakfast and then come back. We come twice, in the morning and in the evening. It's tiring. We can't do other work.
Aisha's village isn't the only one struggling to find clean water, healthcare, and education. Many other areas in Sudan are suffering similar hardships. To help meet the urgent needs, the European Commission released 50 million euros after freezing the official development assistance to Sudan in 1990 because of the war. In partnership with the Government of National Unity, the Government of South Sudan, and the United Nations Development Programme, the European Commission launched a rural development project known as Sudan Recovery and Rehabilitation Programme.
The Recovery and Rehabilitation Programme represents a major partnership between the Government of National Unity, the Government of South Sudan, UNDP and the European Commission. It happens in the true spirit of the Comprehensive Peace Agreement. This program is aimed at bringing real and lasting development to the conflict-affected people. It is this ability and willingness to work together that creates trust and harmony in disparate groups and brings immediate peace dividends, which is of course very important for the stability of the resolution of such conflicts.
A total of 10 states in Sudan will benefit from this program. South Kordofan is one of them.
Reiterate my appreciation and thanks to the international community for supporting us. And also I appeal to them still to continue and extend their support to cover the whole state, putting in mind that the whole state is really in ruin, disaster, and underdeveloped, and also support to make us able to implement the peace agreement on the ground. And actually we started doing that.
The program will not give local people handouts. It's designed to make them self-sufficient as they help to rebuild their own communities.
It's very important that the government and the community own these programs, and they should be part of the plans of the local authorities, and they should have their support and also their seal, because if you do not involve the people in this program, I think their sustainability will not be achieved.
This rural development program is managed by UNDP.
We expect that this program will be fully operational by beginning of 2006, and it will serve more than 500,000 people. I expect that UNDP, as a manager of this program, will be up to the challenging, and with the support of our partners, and particularly the European Commission, who is funding this program, will be able to bring to the Sudanese people what they expect in the next years.
The Recovery and Rehabilitation Programme is being put into action over a 4-year period by a group of national and international NGOs. In South Kordofan, Save the Children is leading a consortium of NGOs made up of the Nuba Mountain Relief and Development Organization, the Diocese of El Obeid, and the DCA.
Through this program, we're having an opportunity to start providing some services and support so that the local government authorities can then pick this up 3 years from now and be able to provide for themselves in those areas.
Education is a major priority. At the moment, there are very few schools here. This makeshift one teaches children basic reading and writing. However, learning is frequently disrupted. In order to upgrade schools and build new ones in South Kordofan, the program will utilize the skills and experience of the Nuba Mountain Relief and Development Organization.
People are really willing to study in all aspects of either means technical, primary level, secondary level.
There aren't enough health facilities in rural Sudan. People like Halima El Amin walk long hours to come for treatment. Today, she's brought her youngest child for a yellow fever vaccine.
The clinic is very important. Before it was here, there were a lot of diseases and people were dying. There was nowhere to go for treatment. But this clinic has improved the situation. When we are sick and our children are sick, we bring them here. But we don't have enough medicine. We need more.
In order to make communities less reliant on aid, the program will help them effectively carry out public health services and educate them on preventive measures. Beyond basic services, the environment is at risk from tree-cutting activities by returnees like Yusuf Tutu. When the war broke out, he hid in the mountains for almost 20 years. Since he's returned home, he's been felling timber to make charcoal for sale.
If we are cutting the trees and doing this job, it's because we are very poor. We've got nothing, not even enough money to buy food, salt, soap. We've got nothing.
The land here is fertile, but people are afraid to till it because of the deadly danger lurking beneath, landmines. As a member of the Recovery Program Consortium, DCA are working with local Sudanese to demine the area. "50-year-old Kukutia wasn't so lucky. He was a farmer in 2001 when he stepped on a landmine. When asked how he feels about the peace agreement, he said,
"Farhan, ma Farhan kif? Farhan.
Of course I'm happy. I'm happy for peace. It's good for everybody, every child, women, and everyone in this nation. But I must say that so far peace didn't bring us anything. We expect that peace will help us rebuild our area and develop our country and provide us with everything: water, education, food, and hospitals.
Aisha Hamuda feels the same way. Despite the challenges, she does not regret returning home.
What do you expect me to do? I came to my village. I was happy when I returned to my village. I was born here and will die here. Even if the life here is difficult, it's still better to live here. We are settled here for good.
Helping rebuild communities in Sudan won't be an easy task. The Recovery and Rehabilitation Programme is taking on the challenge to ensure those who lived through the ravages of war will soon begin to reap the benefits of peace.